Hi, Toast. Rawr. Arr. Rawr. All right, episode number 2. What are we doing? Sitting down? Okay, so you get that half, I get this half. You picked the worst half, but that's okay. Sir. Excuse me. Hello. All right, so we are wire wheeling all the rust, cleaning some stuff up and getting this thing ready for some, well, after we wire wheel this, we're gonna have to do a little bit of primer. We don't really have any, but we'll spray some in the bare metal spots so it doesn't rust. Don't gotta worry about the leaf springs, those are getting replaced, but all the other rust spots, we're gonna get it all cleaned up and get it ready to go. Alrighty, got most of it cleaned up. I was on this back corner and I showed you guys this in the last video. Somebody boogered up some welds and I was hammering it off of there, trying not to break it off. Oh, sorry, I guess it was like this. I wasn't trying to break it off the welds and I hit it a couple times and it just came flying off. So as you can see, somebody did not weld it that well. So I'll be cutting that off and welding this shackle piece back on there. I just need to get it all cleaned up and get it welded on there nice. Carlton's just finishing up with a couple other small spots, but it's pretty much there, wouldn't you say?
Sure. Good enough.
Close. Good enough. The paint will cover up the rust spots that we missed. Alrighty, as you guys saw, just got that welded back on there. Not the prettiest welds, but she'll do. Should hold on there, shouldn't come off. Definitely decided to change the color.
Now they look better.
Yeah, there we go. I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take the brake pedal box out, steering column out, steering box out, and all those steering arms, because all those arms are getting replaced too. The 2 tie rods. The steering box is the only thing we're not replacing, and of course the column. That's staying, and those brake pedals and stuff are staying. We're replacing the brake lines, I should say, because they're still, or brake cables is what they are, not lines. Take that stuff off and we'll be ready to shoot paint on it hopefully tomorrow. Alrighty, down to the frame. Got the brake cables out. I need to research the pedal cover because that one's kind of gummed up, as you guys can see. So I think I want to replace it, but I need to research to see how it's done. We did find out, if you look, yeah, you can kind of see it. We're bent up on the cross member. I know I can get that piece. I need to get a new cross member piece. And yeah, she is ready for paint tomorrow. Get the frame all painted and we can start reassembling some stuff. Alrighty, so it's the next day and I got some parts ordered. Rear leaf springs are ordered. They're actually heavy duty ones, so they're a little bit stouter than that. I think it's just got 1 extra leaf in it, if I remember correctly. I got the paint today, so paint's over there. And with the new leaf springs, I believe they come with new hardware too. I ordered a new front cross member. That's ordered up and coming. New brake cables. And right now, I'm gonna take these bolts out right here and there, those 6, because I need to replace those so I can get 12 new bolts and get those all replaced, and then that's the last of the hardware. Oh, I ordered a new parking brake pad because that one's all messed up. So I got to drill out those rivets and get that off of there. Let's get one each of these bolts out, and then let's get some paint on this thing. Alrighty, started taking those bolts out, and then I realized, I said, why would I not just take them out all the way? Same with the whole front suspension. That way I can get in there and clean up all those rusty holes and all that other stuff. So I started taking that out, got that out, and then I was like, well, why don't I take all the leaf springs out? And the same exact thing happened on this one that it did with this one, except this one is just the OEM welds. What happens is there's a sleeve that takes up the ID diameter of the bushings, and it's a larger sleeve on the inside, and it's all corroded and seized to this piece. So the sleeve is stuck in there. So when I went to go hammer this bolt out, it just knocked off the OEM welds on there. It's better that it happens now before I painted everything. So it's cool. It's not a big deal. Gonna get that fixed and welded on there, cleaned up, and then we will get this thing painted today still. Carlton started looking at the seat bracket, trying to see if we can fix it. I think it was a custom made one, because all the ones that I found have been, actually I know it is, because all the ones that I have found are plastic, and my old golf cart was plastic as well. But they added the dump bed on there, so, well, maybe it's not necessarily custom, maybe it came with the dump bed kit, you know, but right now it's, as you guys can see, it's pretty far away from where it was. Carlton's gonna mess with that. We're maybe gonna reuse it. We might have to order up a new one.
Wrong way.
I'd rather not. Yeah, he'll fix it. I already went through a can of primer and I only got one. Don't know why I only got one. Couldn't tell you, but bottom side is almost all the way done. Still have the back side here in a couple little spots. So I'm gonna go get a couple more cans of primer because we're gonna need them, and maybe even one more can of satin black. That way we can get it painted tonight. I would love to have this thing completely painted tonight to start assembling. A lot of parts are on order and on the way. Start coming in this week and next week, which is cool. Leaf springs, bushings, front leaf springs, coilovers, front cross member, everything's on the way. So this thing's gonna go together quick, and pretty excited. It's gonna turn out good. All right, there it is, all primed. Carlton also got the seat bracket done and welded, as you saw. He got that done, and then got the dump bed piece cut off of there. So sweet, looks good. Got 3 cans of paint. It's kind of windy tonight, but I'm gonna try to get some paint on this. We might not finish it up. Let's get to it before sun goes down. Alrighty, first coat on the top side is done. It's really hard for me to see right now with how dark it is. I mean, it looks light on the camera, but it's getting darker. It's hard for me to see with the black primer that I used. So I'm gonna continue tomorrow. I wanted to get this finished up tonight, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So I'm gonna finish that up tomorrow. There's still more things that I need to paint. I gotta tear apart the brake bracket and get that all painted. That throttle cable bracket needs to get painted. Or that's your forward and reverse switch bracket. And then these metal pieces that are for the dash need to get painted and cleaned up. And then also the axle, I got to paint that thing too. So I'll wait on that. Actually, there's quite a bit of stuff that still needs to get painted. You know, there's stuff we can paint as we go, but this was the main thing, trying to get this done. Kind of sucks I got to wait, but it's all good. So tomorrow we'll finish painting. Alrighty. It's painted. It's painted. It's all painted. Still need to tear that apart and paint that, but that's going to be another time. Carlton's cleaning up the steering rack right now. Doing the fun part.
Clean Tori's rack.
Cleaning my rack. Yeah, dude, you need to calm down over here. Everything's looking good. Carlton got ahead of himself. He wanted to put the steering column in, but I told him, hey dude, we can't do that yet. We still have you know, other parts that got to go in before that. So you big dum-dum. But the rack's in there. Looks good, all cleaned up from 10 feet. All we got left is we got to paint the diff, and I have a lot of grinding to do on that. Well, assuming you don't want to do the grinding, that you'd rather do the cleaning. Which one would you rather do? I know what you're gonna say. Do you want me to guess it?
What?
Say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There. Oh, okay. Same thing. He's cleaning up the diff. I got this plate cleaned. Finally, I already said it once, we're done painting, but finishing up this piece, just quick spray on it. It's below everything, no one will ever see it, but I just want it to be nice and clean and black. And he is cleaning up the diff, and then the diffs and axle is gonna get completely painted too, black. So yeah, everything else is going good, and we are very close to being done painting. Pussy. Go get it.